topic is Gauss-Jacobi method. The Gauss-Jacobi method is an indirect method and an iterative method for finding and solving the system of linear equations. So before we start the algorithm for Gauss-Jacobi method, we understand the concept of it. The concept of Jacobi iteration method is, suppose you are given three equations. These are three equations. What we do, we find the respective values of variables from, suppose we find the value of x from this equation 1, value of y from this equation 2, value of z from this equation 3. After finding all three values x, y and z, we put x0, y0 and z0 in these values. So when we put this x0 and y0, z0 in these three our new values of x, y, z from these equations, when we put them here x, y, z, so we get new values of x, y, z which we name as x dash, y dash, z dash. Again we put these values into the equations, into these equations of x, y, z which were made from these three equations. We do keep doing this until the two iterations have same values for x, y and z. So this is the concept of Gauss-Jacobi method. So the algorithm for Gauss-Jacobi method is start, arrange the given system of equations in diagonally dominant form and read tolerable error E. Diagonally dominant form means if you have three equations, then the coefficient of in first equation of the coefficient of x1 must be greater. In second equation, the coefficient of x2 must be greater. In third equation, the coefficient of x3 must be greater. This is diagonally dominant form. Then the fourth step is convert first equation in terms of first variable, second equation in terms of second variable, and third equations in term of third variable. Okay. Then the fifth step, we set initial guesses x0, y0, z0. Then we substitute the values of x0, y0, z0, and we put them into the equations which we have made from equation 4. After that, we have seventh step. If mod of x0 minus x1 is greater than e, y0 minus y1 is greater than e, and z0 minus z1 is greater than e. If these are the conditions gets true, then we go to step 9, that we enter the value of x1, y1 and z1. If this is false, then we go to step 8, in which we put the values of x0 equals to x1, y0 equals to y1 and z0 equals to z1, and go to step 6 and repeat these equations, these steps again. So this is the algorithm for Gauss-Jacobi method. Now the C program for Gauss-Jacobi method is, first we declare the standard libraries. We have three functions, float f, float s and float t for our three equations. Then we have main function in which we have declared x0, y0, z0 as our initial guesses and x1, y1 and z1. Then we have temporary variables temp(x), temp(y), temp(z) and our e which is initialized by 0.0001. Then we have int I which is initialized by 0. First we take the initial guesses from this piece of code. Then we have a do while loop which keep working until the temp of x minus x1 is greater than e, and temp of y minus y1 is greater than e, and temp of z minus z1 is greater than e. So it keeps work until this situation. Then in do while loop we return temp x, temp y, temp z, which values are assigned by x1, y1, z1 respectively. Then we pass the values x0, y0, z0 in f function, and the function value returned will be stored in x1. Then our values x0, y0, z0 is again for, and we initialize x0, y0, z0 by x1, y1 and z1 respectively. The last values for x1, y1, z1 which we'll get before exiting our dual loop is our solutions for the equation, and we print our iterations too. So this is all about the C program for Gauss-Jacobi method. Given a question for Gauss-Jacobi method, we are given three equations: x plus 2y plus 3z is equals to 14, 3x plus 2y plus z is equals to 10, and 2x plus 3y plus 2z is equals to 14. We first arrange these equations in dominant form. Then we find the values of x, y, and z from these three equations 1, 2, and 3, which will we get as this and this and this. In Then we put our initial guesses, that is 0, 0, 0 in first iteration. The value of our new x1 will be 1 by 3, and we put the y and z 0 in this equation, and we'll get as 3.333. Again in this equation, that is y1, we put 0, 0, then we get 4.66. In this new equation z1, we put 0, 0, and we get 4.666. Then in second iteration, we get new values as x1, y1, z1, which we are going to put in place of this in these equations. Then we again get new values of x, y, and z as x2, y2, and z2. This x2, y2, and z2 are again put in these equations, and we get new values of x3, y3, and z3. As you can see here that the values of x, y, and z are not converging at a point, means they are diverging. They are no going to be as the solution for the equation. So the equations are determined as divergent.